Good morning everyone. My name is Samha Ahmed and I'm recording my micro lesson for Arizona State University's TESOL through Coursera. My video begins now. Alright guys, do any of you remember what we did last week? We used some elements and we discussed them, that how the writers use, what was that? Absolutely. Descriptive words to bring nature to life. Okay? And there was a very specific word that we used that is supposed to bring nature into human-like form. What was that word? You can raise your hands. For a clue, I can tell you that that word began with the sound p, p. Good job! It's personification. Personification is the writer is using certain human-like characteristics and bringing nature to life. For example, the wind can be a howler. Yes, or the wind can howl. The wind can be calming. The wind can be absolutely soothing. So we specifically learned about Valerie Bloom's The River and how she brought the river back to life. So we're going to start off with a little activity. It's called Two Truths and a Lie. I'll give you 3 statements. Your job is going to be choosing those statements, reading those out loud, and guessing if the statement is true or untrue. Once you do that, you also have to explain why you think the certain statement is true or not. My first statement is, a river's path is always straight. Who can answer that question for me? Okay, Marshall, please go ahead. Oh, so you do agree. You think it's a true statement. Anyone else would you like to pitch in? Yes, Hamdan? Yes, absolutely. Good try, Marshall. But this statement is not true. A river's path is always straight is a false statement. Why do you think that, Hamdan? Perfect. Yes, that's the perfect reasoning for that. Good job. My second statement is, rivers support lives of various living beings. Rivers support lives of various living beings. Yes, Michelle, please go ahead. Absolutely. Good job. Why do you think that happens, Michelle? Yeah, that's exactly true. Good job. My next and last statement is, rivers can be used for transportation. Is it a truth or a lie? Yeah, take your time, please. Salahuddin, please go ahead. Yes, this statement is true. And why do you think it's true, Salahuddin? Can you explain? Yes, absolutely. Rivers can be used for transportation. Let's give ourselves a little time and carefully re-listen to The River by Valerie Bloom.
The river is a winder. Through valley and hill he twists and he turns, he just cannot be still. The river is a hoarder, and he buries down deep those little treasures that he wants to keep.
Now that we heard that once, I'm going to go ahead and ask you to put your fingers on the text on page number 171 while I read the poem and you mimic. That means you copy and repeat after me. Let's go. The river's a hoarder and he buries down deep those little treasures that he wants to keep. The river's a baby. He gurgles and he hums and sounds like he's happily sucking his thumbs. The river's a singer. As he dances along, the countryside echoes the notes of his song. So now there are some words that we discussed earlier, the day before. I'm going to have a little quiz through flashcards where you're going to guess the word and we'll flip the card to see if you got the word right. My first word over here is twists. The word is twists. How many of you can guess the word? Okay, please go ahead, explain it. Oh yeah, this is the action that goes with twisting. So you mean something that is being twisted, right? Absolutely, yes, you are absolutely correct. Let's see the meaning though. bends or turns in different directions. That's what it actually does. I'm going to take a piece of cloth and I'm going to show you how you can twist. Meanwhile, you can grab the corner of your shirts or your blazers or something that you can twist easily, and then twist that piece of cloth. I'm turning and bending it into different directions so that I can twist it. Moving on to the next one. This one was correct. Dances. Oh, this one's simple, right? Who can tell me the meaning of this word? Dances. Michelle, go ahead. Yes, somebody who moves his body to express themselves. Good job, Michelle. That was a beautiful explanation. Moves in a lively way. Okay, going ahead. Next word is echoes. What is an echo? Okay, yes, Salahuddin, what is an echo? Yes, Salahuddin, you are absolutely right. I'm so proud of you. So echo is when a sound hits a certain surface and then you can rehear it. A repeated sound. It normally happens when the space is empty and it doesn't have a lot of objects. So it comes back to you. It's not being absorbed by the objects. Oh, treasures, treasures, treasures. What are those? Okay, so I know treasure is one thing that you can basically relate it to jewelry, yeah. But also treasure would be something. Okay, would you like to say that? Please say that louder so everyone can hear you. Absolutely, something that is meant to stay secure. Something that has a lot of value. If you read the context of the poem, you will notice that some of the meaning is being elaborated through the different words. If I go ahead and read it again, or one of you can read it for me. Yes, please, go ahead. The river's a winder through valley and hills. He twists and he turns. He just cannot be still. So what does it tell you about the meaning of the word winder? Something that moves in curves or it twists. Something that cannot stay still. Can the river stay still like this? Water has a very great quality, and it is that it keeps on moving and flowing. It cannot stay still. It finds a way out of every blockage. Absolutely, yes. So this went on beautifully. I do have a question for you guys. The question is, how do you think the poet makes the river sound alive? How did she do that? Any of your answers that you think you have, I want you to store them in your brain and be patient. You'll raise your hands and take turns and give me the answers while I write those answers down on the board. Why do you think, or how do you think the poet makes the river sound alive? Yes, Elijah? By calling it a singer. By calling it a singer. Okay, so a singer would be someone that would be singing. And who can sing and produce sounds and hums? Something that is alive, right? Good job, very nice. What else? The river. How else has she made it sound alive? Absolutely, yes. Good job, Anaya. The river is alive because the river is being called a baby. A baby. So a baby is like a human form of the river that makes sounds like gurgling sounds and humming sound and happily just flowing and moving. So this was a wonderful lesson, and I am so proud of each one of you for understanding the process of personification and how you can bring objects to life. I have a little homework for you.